Hi YouTube, it's Queen Pam, Elon QP here. And in keeping with my I Make Things videos, we're going to make something. I am following a tutorial from L'Oreal. I will put a link to her channel below. She uses Gorilla Wood Glue as an embellishment similar to Glossy Accents. So we're going to give them both a test today together, and we'll see how, if there's a significant difference in what we're doing. So we're going to do the wood glue first on this little butterfly. I'm also trying it out in a Sugar Belle bottle. She applies hers with a paintbrush, but this lets me do really fine lines. So I thought I would try it. So I have it on the butterfly, and it looks really opaque right now, but as I understand, it will dry clear. I went over and she said that you could kick that off. That's what I'm doing with the silicone brush. So I went over and I didn't want to go over, but even in the going over, I've not gotten it all covered. Okay, now it's all covered, leave it alone. Let us do, this is a print actually that I got on Etsy. So I'm gonna do this one. I don't have anything else really that's small. Can really do this flower dandelion with the glossy accents. It's harder to see whether the glossy accents is coming out. So I'm gonna need to poke it, I think. Yeah. And for my pen, well no, actually it is coming out. Yeah, it really is. Okay, we've got that pretty much covered. And it made a mess of our nozzle, so I cleaned it out. Squeeze a little bit and close it. And we'll be back when these are dry, or sometimes maybe somewhere in the middle, so you can see what the wood glue does. And I believe these are laser printed, so that makes that, kind of waterproof too. I'll be back. Well, before we let it completely dry, I wanted to bring you up so you could see what I have done. And now we'll let them dry. Okay, so I went away for about an hour, and the glossy accents is dry and hard, and the wood glue is not completely dry. It is going to dry with a amber color like L'Oreal said, but it's taken a while. So if you're going to do this, at least at the amount that I put on, maybe I should put on a lot less. But it is raised, it is glossy, and a lot cheaper than Glossy Accents. But you have to plan ahead. So I'm going to try it with in the manner that L'Oreal applied it. Well, sort of. She used a paintbrush, and she picked it up from a puddle and applied it. And I think you're going to get a lot less product on. So I'm going to apply it to these little red things. And to show the color that it gives, I'm going to put on, I'm not going to put any on that one in the middle. Let me come in. Forgot I had turned off my computer so it resets everything. I will hold it up so that you can see it, but I'm basically just dabbing some on. And this is a silicone tool, so nothing will stick to it. In fact, the wood glue is just sort of falling off of it onto the project. So we'll be back when that gets dry. Let me show it to you so that you can see it ahead of time. And now that I can see it up close in the camera, I'm gonna want to fix a few areas. Spread it out so that I cover the whole pepper pie, I guess. And bring it up again and see it still missing some spots. Need to get some glasses. Let's see. A little better. I see a couple more spots. I'm using the camera as though it were glasses, and it's working for me. All right, so we'll let that dry and see what it does. Should be a lighter application. While we're waiting for those to dry, I thought I'd like to see what this looked like painted on. Use the word painted on loosely. Just gonna squirt some out on this book page. And smear it on and see what it does. And I did attempt to heat dry the butterfly, and it did dry without bubbling because I kept it back and I used it from under so that it could dry from both directions. what I felt with the butterfly is that it was making the paper a little more sturdy. So it might do that also with this book page, but we will see. So I just gave it a help and we'll be back when you're dry. Okay, so everything's dry and I did use my heat gun and my heat gun does will bubble it if you get too close because I got too close. And there's the butterflies, nice and raised. And I think it's harder in some ways than the Glossy Accents, and it's flexible. So it's not cracking with that bending, which is cool. And it does have a slight amber tint to it, as evidenced better here on the paper, which is okay because Glossy Accents did away with the sepia accents. So this can be used like that, but lighter coats and has a longer drying time. As always, I leave you in the hands of the creator.